So before I really begin the video, I saw this video and I came up with this video earlier this morning, and after I finished making the script and before I was actually gonna record it, Penguin Z0 actually made a video on it. So he kind of beat me to the race, but I just want to say I'm not copying I'm not copying off of him. I'm sorry if it looks like I am. I promise I'm not though. Earlier today, I joined the dark side and I scrolled through Twitter a bit just to see what's going on. So I'm up to date on everything, you know? And I found a post by Dexterdo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Dexterdo, something like that. That says this couple have removed the bottom of their shoes so they can walk barefoot. Now, before even playing the video, I was asking so many questions. Why do they want to walk barefoot? How many shoes do they cut the bottom out of? What benefits do they think that they're gonna get out of walking barefoot? I just thought this whole situation was really peculiar and a little strange.
My husband and I have removed the bottoms of all of our shoes.
Okay, this answers one of my questions. They did this to all of their shoes, every single one of them. Not just one pair, just to test it out, just to see how it would feel. They did this to every last one of them. And if they ever ended up regretting it, they can't somehow just glue the bottom of the shoe back on. I guess they could, but it would feel uncomfortable, and second, it would probably just fall back off. And third, it would look really weird if someone just see the bottom of your shoe just looks like it's just sealed on, you know?
We decided to start walking barefoot, and one of our followers had a great idea. Since some businesses don't want us being completely barefoot, if we cut off the bottom of our shoes, it'll allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else.
I think it would have been best if you got some insight from other people instead of just doing it and winging it after one of your followers came up with the idea. I mean, just this one person had that much of an influence that you and your partner both decided, I'm just gonna cut the bottom out of all of my shoes and we're just gonna walk barefoot. You know, really get in touch with nature. So this gave me an idea. Go around the streets on all fours.
What?
It just really helps becoming more with nature and more in touch with our ancestors. Going down the street walking on all fours, it really brings you back to the primordial days. They said that you'll blend in with everyone else by doing this. You really won't. You really won't. So if there's no bottom, the shoe is gonna move in a strange way. It's not gonna really fit that much anymore because you cut the bottom off. And also imagine someone is walking behind you. They can still see the bottom of your shoe. Right? You're walking and you pick your feet up. They can see the bottom of your shoe. They're like, why are your grippers hanging out?
This is a huge commitment, but we were willing to make it. These are our favorite shoes. Our shoe collection is worth more than $20,000, but this is a sacrifice we're willing to take because walking barefoot means the world to us.
Their shoe collection is $20,000. They just made their $20,000 worth of shoes completely useless. Imagine they want to make a quick buck. Who's gonna buy shoes that have no bottom to it? It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
The benefits of walking barefoot are priceless, so now our shoes are worth more than money could ever be.
So they say that there are a lot of benefits of walking barefoot in that it's detoxifying, and it is to a certain extent. There are some benefits to it, increases antioxidants, reduce inflammation, and improve sleep. Although I'm not sure whether or not to believe that. They said that they study shows and that they researched into it, but I have a really hard time believing that there's that many benefits to just walking outside with your toes hanging out. However, there's a lot more disadvantages when you walk barefoot, especially if you walk outside in public. One, there's an increased risk of athlete's foot, which is basically some kind of rash on your foot. There's an increased risk. Oh my god, I can't say it. There's an increased risk of infection, which kind of makes sense because if you have a cut on your foot and you're walking out barefoot, you're picking up all those bacteria. And you're a lot more prone to get cut because you're walking on your own feet, especially in public in the city. And also imagine if it's really cold or hot outside and you're walking on the street. Like that's gonna burn your feet. It's gonna feel like you're walking on hot coals. And there's just a lot of things that you just don't want to accidentally step on with your own bare feet, like ketchup, dog poop, broken glass, anything you could think of. And they say that their shoes are priceless, but those shoes aren't worth more than a rusty tin can.
So today we got to work and started removing the bottoms. We weren't sure if this was going to be easy or hard, and it ended up being pretty easy. We made little shelves where our toes are and our heels are. We made a little lip on the bottom of the shoe where our toenails will go so they can latch on, so we'll actually be able to hold onto the shoe while trying to walk without the bottom. And we did the same thing for our heels. The experience of cutting off the bottoms of our shoes was very freeing and detoxifying, just like walking barefoot is.
Oof. Watching these people like cut off the bottom of their own shoes, it really hurts. Again, they're cutting the bottom off of all of their shoes. They say it's $20,000 worth, but they only show like a couple pairs of shoes. So this really makes me thinking. I really feel like they're just making this video for views and only cut holes in maybe 2 or 3 pairs of shoes and didn't do it to the rest. They just say that they did for maybe Clout reviews. That's what I hope it is. So they didn't cut holes in like all their other shoes.
So after we cut the bottoms off, we decided to try it out. So we went to our favorite store, Sephora, and as you know, they don't really like us in here without shoes. I needed to grab a few things for a trip we're going on. The experience was absolutely perfect.
This has to be satire. They said that they like made shelves on the bottom of the shoes. Like they cut out like almost all of it, but left like a little shelf so like your toes can latch onto it. But it doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. She says that those latches are gonna like provide control in your shoe so it doesn't slip off. It doesn't work. This is a prime example. It's not even working. Her foot is more out there than the sun. It is actually insane.
The workers came up to us, they talked to us, they even complimented our shoes. I definitely recommend this if you're trying to go incognito barefoot. It's the perfect way to get all the benefits of going barefoot, but also have no one know.
Have nobody know? Imagine like sitting down and just crossing your legs. The person sitting next to you is gonna see your grippers, dude. They're gonna see your whole bare foot. And like I said prior, if someone is walking behind you, they can still see the bottom of your shoe. So they're gonna see a shoe and they're gonna see no shoe on the bottom. I do think that this idea is pretty odd, but if you do want to do this, that's totally up to you. You're not really hurting anyone. You're not like destroying society by doing this, but you're only hurting yourself once you step on a sharp rock or step on asphalt that's like 113 degrees. So this is pretty much all I wanted to talk about. It's an interesting video, and it's an interesting video. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.